Hello guys, I am back. It has been a long time since I have done a long form video. A lot of stuff has happened and changed. Came back from China a couple weeks ago, and before that I know I hadn't made a long form in a while, so I know this one's kind of overdue. This one is about my process for map making. I had a comment come in from one of my subscribers asking me to do a tutorial based on a show I made about the map making process and how I have different approaches. And so I thought I would talk about that with you guys, show you guys some of the ways I look at it and the things I look at, and just go ahead and, ouch, I scratched myself. Go ahead and make it. So I do have a lot of different map style generators that I've created, a lot of more my homebrew stuff. So right here, what we're looking at is a version that we're going to be building today, and it's related to right here. So this is the map that it's referencing on this little chart right here, where we have all these different places. They're all coordinates on that map. Now for me, I liked during this time take an approach where I was doing it more randomized. And so I'm gonna mimic this style, but put it over here. We'll start in the middle. I have a bunch of tokens here from Owlbear to use, as well as other tokens that I have collected from elsewhere. And so I just wanted to go over that. This map, I don't exactly remember the story, but I knew there was big monsters around. There was a hobgoblin warband. There was bandits on the road. And I think these might have been cultist faction of some sort. There's ancient shrines and ruins. And so we could use all these as ideas for making the maps. But I just want to show you guys that it's not super complicated. The little picture underneath this animated map is a drawing I did, and we basically just put layers over it over and over again. We just did layers. So let me just get myself set up here. So here's basically the layout I go with. We'll start by doing the land types, and so we'll go to the center of this map, and I like doing the center and then doing squares all the way around and just kind of getting a good rough idea of the terrain. So we'll start there, and then after that we get into major and minor features, which are fun. Those are what tell the story on top of the land terrain. And then after that we spruce it up with settlements, and so then we spruce it up with settlements and other little oddities. Nothing. I don't remember what this one was. I don't know why this one's here. Oh, this is a variation. They're the same thing, and this is a variation I made. So there's two different ways you could do it. I do remember that. But anyway, this is mainly, these three are the main ones we'll be focusing on, and then a little bit of the settlement and people. And so if I'm going to go ahead and start doing the example. I've never done one of these tutorials. This is weird for me. But let's just say, just as a little placeholder maybe, let's just pick somewhere right here in the middle. This spot here. So we're going to start here. I don't know if it's going to be grass, but just to give us an idea of where we're starting. We're going to go over to our table, and we're going to be rolling a hex type. So we're going to be rolling a d8, and we go here. I like using Owlbear's little dice roller. I think it's nice to look at. So we toss the d8, we get a 7. So go back over here, 7. We have a river, lake, stream, or crossing. So already it's starting off interesting. So we can decide what it is, what we want it to be. Let's say I do have a little river thing. Let's put a river here. I like that. So we're going to move this off to the side. We're going to put the river there. Bloop. There's the river. Okay. For now, this was just a little placeholder. We'll move it over there. And I'm going to keep doing the terrain until I have enough terrain and I'm comfortable and happy with what I have. So next one, my headphones on. Are not my headphones, by the way. They are my fiance's, but I gave her my better headphones so she could use it for the computer, and so I'm using these instead. Let's see. Roll again. I want to use a different color. 2. I'm going to go up, so I'm going to be over here. Mountains. Okay. I have plenty of mountain things to use. Yeah, I'm going to get like this guy for now. Let's put that right there. Okay. We're going to go to the right and then down, and we're going to keep going in like bigger and bigger square until we like what we got. 6. Remember what 6 was. Grassland and open plains, so we could go back and use that one that I had stuck to the side. We could use that. Great. Go ahead. 4 hills. Okay. What I always think about whenever I'm doing this sort of fun creative work is what story do I think I want it to tell? I remember for this one, it was a map that I had in mind. We'll pull up the map really quick. Yes. Yes. There we go. This is my world map called Argond. And for Argond, I had idea. Where was it? It was down here. So I had this whole story where there was the last D&D campaign that happened up there. Down here was a related story where some of the characters and some of the like lines were going to be related to the ones up there. And there'd be this more kind of small town vibe of adventures. So sometimes you could do that, and sometimes you don't have to know exactly what you're going for. You could just kind of for whatever and then build it as you go. Because like now we know, I'm going to make this a little smaller. Yeah. Now we know we got a little area with some hills, mountains. We got a nice spread, right? We're going to keep going. Okay. Special. So that one's fun. So let's go to the special terrain. Where's my special terrain? Oh, it's right there. I roll a d6. Okay. So d6, we either have a ruins, cliffs, wasteland, cursed ground, magical anomaly, or I could choose whatever feels right. All right. 4. Wrong one. Cursed ground. Okay. Remember cursed ground? Is it still here? Is that cursed ground? Yeah, that's cursed ground. All right, so this is cursed ground. Basically, what cursed ground represents is a place where some sort of tragedy happens, some sort of evil things are going on, for story intrigue, that sort of thing. All right, let's keep going. 3. Okay. This approach, dense forest or light forest, this approach is something that you do as like a fun hobby. This is not something I would recommend to anyone. Like cram this in. I definitely wouldn't recommend that. What is this? Yeah, I wouldn't recommend rushing this sort of thing. This is something that needs to be more like for fun. You want an enjoyable process to the way you make maps. I think this is a very enjoyable process, and it builds a story. And the reason I even have this one is because I kept noting things, and then, like for instance, which one was I just on? I don't think it was that one. Yeah, entrance to a big dungeon, major event. And then I write what I think it's related to. I build this story in my head as I'm going, which I'll show you what I'm talking about as we go. Okay, I still want to keep going a little further around. I need... So that was the 3. That was the forest, right? Yeah. 6 is grassland, open plains. I do like how balanced this map is. I'm not going to lie. And all I'm doing right now is just stealing some of the icons from the other map, just to give me a starting point. 8. 8's the special one. So I want to do the d6, but I want to do a red d6, because I like red d6 for this. It's more important. 2. Cliffs. Interesting. Why would there be cliffs? Okay. There's a cliffs that the water kind of off into. Okay. Actually could make sense. Where's my cliffs? May have to look for these guys. Cliffs. And I've been collecting these... There we go. I think that looks perfect. I've been collecting these little tokens for a while. My fiance drew a lot of the ones all of the ones we're playing with right now, she drew, which is awesome. Then there's also ones you could collect, so it's a lot of fun. The online ttrpg when you can use all these visuals. 6. Yeah, I like this little map so far. Now, I don't currently have a story idea in mind, but what's fun about the process that I do I feel like it just gives you a story. I think I'm gonna do one more round, and then I'll start making the map, so that way it's not a long, because this one took a while. I don't think I'll do that much, so I'll do a couple more. Yeah, there's a lot of special terrain here. That's funny. 1. Ruins. I like that too. This is already a really cool map. I'm gonna move this. This doesn't even matter. Yeah, we're gonna have ruins. Sweet. Okay. Here. What? Wrong die. 6. I just really wanted to roll a d20, apparently. Plains. Maybe these guys connect. They're like that. Makes sense? And if you don't know how to use, like, Albert, if you're not familiar, you could, like, layering and stuff, right? Put the mountain over the grass and all that, so... what's that for? Farmland. Ah, or pasture land. So something like... like this one. Whoop. I got a lot of good ones. Oh no, this is the one I want. Never mind. Not this one. So anyway, this is like fun, I don't know, hobby. I've never really been an artist, in my opinion. I don't consider myself too creative when it comes to art and artistic when it comes to all of it, but it's definitely fun to see what I can make of the maps that I do, what stories just come to me and whatnot. I like that. Oh, it's connected to more farmland. You know, like imagining like starting to see this, and so I start to see a real world from it. Just brings it to life when you can put it on the map, I think, in a way that maybe it wouldn't otherwise, or it would be less impactful in other situations. I'm also remembering that my fiance told me to tell you guys I have ADHD in case my thoughts are all over the place with this, because I will admit this is a little embarrassing for me, showing people, one, like my process, but also the fact that I have these things so spread out on different note sheets and everything. I've never shown people this stuff before, so it's a little new for me. Three hills, forests. Okay, go with the big, yeah, use this guy. I like this one. Okay, do kind of like how symmetrical it is right now. I wonder if we should just leave it like this. All right, for the sake of the video not being too long, I'm gonna move on ahead. So the next thing I do is, now we do major features. Features, you roll every 3 to 4 hexes. It's kind of like a judgment call. Okay, you have all these different ideas. You can make more ideas. These are just a really good starting point. I've got like tower, ancient shrine, bandit village, mine, monster lair, bandit camp. This one, I like when that one goes like the curse site. That's always nice if that works out, because then you could easily play into that, right? This one's interesting. Like some sort of strange landmark that really is eye-catching that you could imagine in a D&D world, like from miles off you would see that, you know. Yeah, dungeons. Okay, let's start. We're gonna start on the hills, right next to the lake. Start on the hills, and then I'll just kind of round and go like this, I think. And that's the simplest approach. So we're gonna start on these hills right here. So we need a D12, 9. Okay, crossing, bridge, ferry, causeway. Now that's interesting, because that makes me think I should instead go with the lake, because a crossing, a bridge, causeway. Okay. Then just to give an example, also going back to this one, so then what you would do is you would like title, so like say I just do this for the sake of it, map, fantasy, okay? Do that. And now you're gonna make your major feature one. This is what helped me. You do this, okay? You go look, like let's say we go with the water. But also, the one thing I skipped is you would also want to pick a little bit of a coordinate system. To me, that's the easiest way to organize this, is a coordinate system. So like, say this is, you want to do it, if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this is A, B, C, D, you could do something that simple. And so if this is 1, 2, 3, A, B, 3, B, okay, then you go over here and you say, right here, you put, if you want to look at these as an example, 3B. I don't remember why it was A1. Oh, because you could also, yeah, all right. So I did like 1, 2, 3, and I did M, da da da, because I had a really big one. But if you want to make it even simpler, you could just do 1, 2, 3. So this one's going to be 3B, okay? We know for 3B, it is a ferry across the big lake, okay? That gives you an idea. Oh, and we also, yeah, we know it's a major feature because it's in there. But anyway, that gives you an idea now when you're thinking of like for your crew, your players. Okay, you know that this is going to have a little ferry, so maybe you put a person or a boat symbol. I don't know if I have a little boat symbol. There's a lot of worse stuff I have. Maybe even put a person. Maybe use a token of a person that you think would represent that. Someone who could be like farrier type of look. I'll use this guy. Okay, this guy is going to be my little farrier who gets them across. Okay, so I know that. Great. So now we go back to our little rule here. It's nice when you doing game design, I come up with rules assuming that I may break them and not like the outcome and need to change them. But for now, these ones have been serving me well. But something like that happened down here. That's why I created 2. I don't remember what happened at the time, but I remember I didn't like the results I kept getting. So I was like, okay, let me change this up. But anyway.
Hi everybody, I am Jen Razor's editor and fiance, and I just wanted to let you all know I have currently made a Redbubble shop that has D&D logos, and they're all handmade. I am making these stickers, pillowcases, anything you could possibly need for your TTRPG fantasy needs. So come check out my shop.
So now you count 3 to 4 hexes. Okay, let's go 3. 3 hexes feels right. So we go 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we're at the hills anyway. I want something to go on the hills that makes sense. No. Is it really? It is. What does that mean? What's a causeway? I gotta look up what a causeway is. What's a causeway? Causeway? It's like a land, sort of. Oh. Causeway, bridge, ford. Okay. Do the ford. It makes sense. In the hills, there's this little, like, you know, lake, a little ford that pushed its way into the lake a little bit. So we'll put, like, some sort of naturey prop. Okay. Like something like this, maybe. So the lake, you know, like connected there. And really, all this stuff matters is, like, can you make a story out of it that you like? At the end of the day, that's, like, the important thing. If you like the story, then it really doesn't matter what else kind of comes from it. Okay, I go over and we know 1, 2, 3, 3, A, B, C. So 3C for another major feature. Okay, so I would go here, I would go 3, C, capital A, small, ford is in the hills caused by the big lake nearby. Okay, so that starts to tell me maybe there would be like bandits, something that would want to go over to this ford. You know, it's a secret ford. Is it well known? Does this draw, you know, more people around, or is the lake enough? You know, went 1, 2, 3. So let's go 1, 2, 3. We're gonna go over into this grass over here. 5. Okay, that's a different one. Haha, monster lair. Roll on the encounter table. Do I have that over here? I'd make an encounter table. I'm just not sure where I put it. But for now, that's not a big deal. Monster lair. I do have the little image for the monster lair. Where is it? These beautiful guys, right? Perfect monster face. So we know there's a monster lair over there, okay? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, A. So A4 or 4A. 4A. Monster lair. Not sure what's there. So for now, like, I mean, obviously if you have a specific idea in mind of what you want your campaign to be about, maybe it would jump out to you. But if you don't know, you just write that you don't know. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, ruins. Oh, gotta have something in the ruins. Gotta have something cool. Let's see. Hidden entrance to a big dungeon or major adventure site. See, chef's kiss. It writes itself. Hidden entrance to a major dungeon or... So I'm actually going to just copy this because that is too perfect. And then we're going to go over to this one. What we do is here. So 1A, beginning of the map, basically. 1-A. Okay, so we're going to start there. And now this is where my brain starts to go, what be over here? So we have some sort of major dungeon, which makes sense that it's hidden in the ruins. Do I have a little, like, dungeon symbol? I do. Oh, do I want to use that one or that one? I feel like that might muck it up a little bit. I want it to feel important. Let's move this and see if that gives me the look. Make it a little bigger, obviously. That's very... Anything down here? Yes. No? Okay. That's awesome, though. It's great to know. Major dungeon. Boom. There. Okay, we're almost done. 1, 2, 3. Farmland. What do we have in the farmland? Anything crazy? 4. Haven't seen a 4 yet. Oh. We got a mine or a cave that could be occupied or empty. So this is also like part of the reason I do all these slashes or options is so that way there's a lot of flexibility for me when I'm thinking of it if I just kind of fit the story, because sometimes random for the sake of random can really not feel right. So you don't want to overdo it. So we're going to actually put this little mine thing because it looks like the entrance to a mine. So we're going to put this over here on this land just to show that there's interesting things. I'm going to finish the forest one, and I'm also going to show you guys another thing I like to do. So we'll do the forest as the last one. Okay. 6. Camp Outlaw. I love it. That's a great one. There we go. Perfect. Some sort of bandits or outlaws, right? Now we got to make these guys fit the right size that we got going on here. Now, like I said, this is specific to Owlbear. Okay, so however you go about doing it could change for people. But just to give you an example of what you could do for your players, you have two options specifically for Owlbear. You could just hide it like that, where you know and they don't. Okay, that's one option. Another option is if you want to have that feeling of like them uncovering things, you could do this layer effect. And you could do it to multiple terrains, where if you want to hide that mine or if you want to hide the ruins, you could put this layer effect and you let them know that like they're going to be exploring and uncovering things, and you'll, you know, as they go and uncover things. If you don't want to do that, you could just simply, you know, the way that it will show up to them and then hide it. But just as an idea, you know, thinking about for the future. Okay. So we did that. The next one's the minor features. Now, what's funny is I actually think the minor features is what makes this entire map making system kind of come to life. I think the settlement and people are a nice finishing touch, but I think the minor features are what breathes life into the map that otherwise wouldn't be there or might not get assumed or noticed or anything. So we're going to start at the mountains this time. So what it says for the minor features, every 2 hexes. Every 2 hexes. I remember it was every 1 to 2, but I changed it to every 2 because I thought every 1 to 2 was kind of ridiculous. So you go, so I try not to do them in the same major feature. You definitely can't avoid it all the time. But like for this one, we're going to start with our little Wilfred character. We're going to go, we'll count this hex. 1, 2. Okay, so the minor feature in the mountains. Is it a D12? I can't remember. It's a D8. Okay, don't this. There we go. And we're going to do a different color because we've been looking at the same color. We're going to do this color. Okay, D8. 2. Well or shrine. Boom. All right, so we got some sort of abandoned well or shrine up in the mountains. Let's put a little shrine. Kind of makes sense. That's a big shrine. Kind of makes sense. There's, you know, mountaintop. There's some sort of deity or something, you know, tribute, and then forgotten up there. Now, right now I'm leaving everything visible, but obviously, you know, to see the shrine from like if they're down here or if they're another thing, they got to get up into the mountain to see it. So just, you know, keep that in mind. Okay, 1, 2. Now where this fort is, there's something else. There's a minor feature. Oh, I'm skipping ahead. I stopped it. You're supposed to do, it doesn't matter for this because I'm probably not going to use this map, but just make sure you then continue this process because you will come back to these, right? So the bandits and the cave will come back to these. And I did start showing you guys. So the same thing you would do here, do the same thing. You would go minor features and you would just start recording it as you roll. And like I said, you go 1, 2, 3, 4 for my little example, A, B, C, D, or whatever really works for you. This road one is a similar idea. I just wanted to split up stuff that had more to do with road stuff, civilized stuff. I wanted that mentally in my head where I knew like, okay, here's my like civilized version of the map. Because like an inn or a guard outpost or a trade outpost, they're not going to be hiding. So they're going to be making their presence known for the players. Whereas like if there's a hunting camp or if there's some ancient weathered stone statues or an old trail, like those things are going to be harder to find. Okay, anyway. 1, 2, so the fort. 5. Signs of monster tracks, bones, clawed trees. I love this one. This one is great because you can already start to see the picture. We already know there's a monster over here. So what could you do with that? Where's my little tracks? I swear I have tracks somewhere. Don't I? Well, anyway, what I'm thinking you could do with that is you could have the ford. Is that what it was? Is it tracks that I got rid of? You could have the ford connect to the monster layer, right? So maybe it goes off this way into this hex. Is there anything I could use for right now for monster tracks? I do love this one. I remember getting this one a lot on the other map, and it gave me a lot of ideas. Because once it kept showing up, I had to figure out, like, what did that mean? There we go. Sure. Yeah, I'm going to use one of these, one of these, like, blast things. Perfect. Okay, so let's just say for now that it's, like, heading off that way, and it's getting bigger as it goes that way. Okay? This one's not perfect, but you get the idea that it's, like, there is something off about the ford. The ford's not perfectly beautiful. It's one part of it's ruined by like some claw mark or some killed animals that have been left for dead and they're rotting there, and then there's some tracks leading off towards this one. Not yet revealing the monster lair, but just giving people an idea that there is a monster in the area. I think that's perfect. Okay, 1, 2. Actually, there might be something else in here to give us an idea. Is that a 1? Yeah. Old trail, road. Okay, that's another full one, because now you start to think about, well, where's settlements, or where were they? Maybe the monster that's here came there and took over some old settlement that now can't really do well. I know I have tracks. I just gotta find them. Okay. So anyway, this is a fun thing I like to do here and there. I get into it every so often when I want to make my maps better. It just is inspiring for me. I don't know. It's enjoyable, I guess. It's enjoyable. You know? The tracks I thought I had. That's interesting. Okay, so there's sort of a little trail. So, did I have any trails over here? I don't think I did. I don't remember what these were. These little symbols. Do they say? Oh, Razgood's final form. That was the cultist one. I remember that. Anyway, so you would then note that, because right now I don't have a way, and you might not have a way to represent it, so you want to make sure you note it. Okay, so we know there's old tracks going from over here, and then we're going to keep going. 1, 2. We're going to roll for that one, right? 1. Old trail. So that's great, because that tells you they connect, right? They connect. This old trail connects to this old trail, which is awesome, because now you can start to think about, well, what would that be? Maybe there's a trail up to this waterfall, because maybe this is an important overlook to help you see some of these areas. This is another thing I started thinking about, was like, if someone gets up on here or on here, then reasonably they could see into the other maps, right? And then if there's easier ways to get up on there, like an old trail, that starts to give you an idea of how they would get there. Okay, so then we go here. Let's look for minor feature in this one for unusual natural resource. See, this is perfect. This is storytelling. Rare herbs, wild honey, iron outcropping. So what you could use with that is you could then go to your major features that you're building here, and you'll notice that your minor features will feed into your major feature story. Because you already know for 1A is a hidden entrance to a big dungeon and adventure site. And you also know that it now has this as a minor feature. And so you would go and you'd put it into minor features, but you would keep in mind that that's related. Whatever's there is probably enjoying those resources, or there because of those resources, and it starts to inform you, are they intelligent? Are they non-intelligent? Are they building stuff with it? Are they just hoarding it? Are they eating it, feeding off of it? What is the resource here for the dungeon? What's it relate to? What kind of enemy could it be for the adventurers to find out? Okay, so then you keep doing that with that. The last one I want to get to, because this video is already too long, is this one. I'm going to go with using this one for now, because I don't remember why I changed it. I'm sure there was a good reason. So use a D10. Settlement people roll only if stocking near a road, water, or by choice. Now that's another important thing to note. For this one, I didn't do a road. I'm going to point out, for this one, I did. I had an idea in my head roughly of where there was a road. I just made it up. I decided I want a road to kind of zigzag through the middle. And then every time a hex mostly went to the road, I checked to see if there was anything related. And so a lot of these like bandit things, I don't remember if those guys came first or if the road came first, but it did work out because they ended up being like my bandit kind of band that was harassing the road, which made a lot of sense. But if I was to kind of just represent that here over near water, you would check on all the adjacent hexes to see if there's any villages. And they could be current villages or abandoned villages. Like I have a little abandoned icon here. Or you could do a current village, which I don't know if I can find my current village icon. But yeah, abandoned or current. I do have these like cute little tokens. Right, so you could do one that's currently existing or one that's abandoned. And so if we're looking at it like this, near a road, water, or by choice. Right, so there might be an area too. Like, where would I put it maybe by choice? Obviously, in this area, I might put one by choice. But when you go to put one, if you don't want to consciously make a choice of what it is, let's make an example. Let's say on the mining hex, because I feel like that one's perfect. We're going to check. We're going to roll a d10 for the mining hex. Okay? We get a 2. We're going to go look over at this. 2, none, wilderness. So maybe that tells us that there's farms here, but they're just small farming families, and it's mostly wilderness surrounding them. And this mine is either abandoned, dried, cursed, I don't know, something, right? Maybe another one for me, I would say I think it's fair to at least do these 3. These easy areas. Cursed areas, I don't know if I would put that. Depends on what the results of the rolls are here. But let's say we go here, because this is right next to the water. So that fits that rule of near water. 4. Nothing. Okay, so I'm leaning more towards trying that. But let me go ahead and go here now. 9. 9's a good one. Inn, tavern, trade post. Makes sense. Makes sense, because this is a good hub. Maybe this is where, maybe a road would be from here. Maybe you would draw a road going this way, and that's why the bandits are nearby, or some sort of outlaw group is nearby to attack the road that you would imagine coming that way. I did a little sign for outpost. Is it over here? Outpost. No, I see it. Okay, so anyway, I think the video is long enough. I think this is crazy, embarrassing. I hope you guys liked it. Never really did something like this before, but I just wanted to show you what it could look like if you wanted to put something like this together for yourself. And yeah, that's it for now, guys. Hope you guys have a good one. Take care. I will see you